Hey, everybody. How's it going? Hey! And welcome back to another exciting week of talking about football. It's the first week we didn't do, That's all right. We're moving on from it. No, we're moving on. We're never doing it again.
You didn't give us a good countdown, Coach.
Monday Night Football isn't even good anymore.
Yeah, Monday Night Football blows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Did you see? You know what the next week's game is?
What?
It is. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm lying. I mean, it's still not a great game. It's Tennessee versus Dallas, but like, Thursday night football is Oakland at San Francisco. 1-8, 1-6 versus 1-7.
That's the biggest let up and let down immediately. Like, you know what next week's game is? Oh,
I thought Thursday is a Thursday night game.
Great. It's a great story.
I think they alternate between Thursday being bad and then Monday being bad.
Dude,
and the week after that, Panthers Steelers Thursday, and then the Monday's Giants 49ers.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, like I remember when I first started watching football, like Monday night even then was like a big thing, you know, like it had good games on, and you know, you had Gruden and Tirico, and that was a good little thing going, but oh boy, it is really
even before that. Who was before Gruden and Tirico? Wasn't it
I don't
like
even
Al
remember.
Michaels and someone?
Dennis Miller.
Yeah, Dennis Miller. Oh my god, I forgot Dennis Miller was a thing. Jesus.
I don't know if he was directly before Gruden. I don't remember, to be honest, but I know that.
Monday
I'm pretty sure that Dennis Miller was the second guy.
Yeah. They should just get us.
Yeah,
NFL hire us.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to say at the beginning before you robbed all over it.
How can we forget it was John Madden?
Oh yeah. Oh, it was John Madden, right?
Oh yeah, now Michaels.
Yeah. Al Michaels and John Madden.
No, that's why we should be using their theme. We just have a better show and better commentary than Monday Night Football. Take that, NFL.
I'm kind of do.
Pay us the millions of dollars, even though none of us know anything about football.
Yeah.
Just okay. Either way, hey, how's it going? Let's talk about football this week. First, I need to talk about the Packers-Rams because this loss. Yeah. Okay. Woo!
Yeah.
So, first up, our team played so good. It was like the best game I think I've watched them play since the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Or not even last year, like 2 years ago. We didn't make the playoffs last year. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. It was like the defense was playing lights out. We were just blitzing. That was the thing. We started blitzing because this whole season we just have been like, we can't get pass rush. And it's like, oh my god, I forgot that we actually have good defensive linemen. If we just blitz, it lets them get one-on-one, and then we're like, boom, we're getting to like the best offense in football. So I'm like, all right, okay. And then Jair Alexander, oh my god. That dude's like the next shutdown corner. He was like destroying Brandon Cooks out there.
Wow, like seven tackles, and all 7 of them were solo tackles too.
Yeah, and not even the tackle. He was like breaking up every pass. Like they'd throw to him, and he would just make a great play on the ball. Like, it was just so good. Even I saw a thing. Bill Belichick was like, "Yeah, that Alexander kid's really good. We wanted to get him." And I was like, "Oh my god, we got praise from Belichick. Yeah, this is wonderful." So I was like,
"All right, kick returner too."
so it's 10-0. We're about to go into halftime, right? And I was like, all right, Packers get the ball at the 1. Okay. Yeah. I was like, if we just, can like get another field goal or a touchdown, like any score, or we'll be fine. What would you do on the 1 yard line? Your own 1 yard line.
You run.
Would you run the ball against the top defensive front of like Sue and Donald?
That's a good point. Yeah. No, you probably don't.
You screen it out, or you just try to get enough space to punt it. And maybe if you're lucky, you get like a first down. But
if you're Mike McCarthy, you're running up the middle. And guess what happened? Safety. I was like, okay, here you gotta do. We got 5 wide receivers that are capable of catching the football. All right, our 5th wide receiver is like Valdez Scantling, who's like shitting on people. I'm like, just line up 5 wide and throw a slant. Yeah. They can't cover it. And then he runs it, and I was like, that! And what bothered me most about that wasn't even the safety. It was the like change of momentum. And I was like, oh god, it was like a rock gave out and the mountain started to crumble. I was like, no, here it comes. Here it comes. And then, of course, they get the ball. Gurley makes some crazy catch, and I was like, no, here it comes. and then they failed the 2 points. It's like, okay, 10-8. Okay, 10-8. We go into halftime. Then we come out. We get some point. Then it starts going back and forth because the defense can't hold up the whole game. You're like, all right, whatever. Still some bad clock management by McCarthy calling random timeouts we could have used at the end of the game. I'm like, okay, great. And then, we go down, and then Rodgers makes a big-time play. Rodgers started, getting on fire in the fourth quarter. He was making plays. We're like, all right, then we tie the game. Then we take the lead. And I'm like, all right, then the Rams kick the field goal. We stop them. They're only a field goal. I'm like, all right, Rodgers, 2 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a timeout. We got the 2-minute warning. We're only down 2. We can get in field goal range, run the clock, kick it, game over. And Ty Montgomery. It's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run the ball out of the end zone. And I was listening to the radio broadcast because I was driving back from my grandma's birthday. So I had it on the radio. And then I was driving and I'm like, okay. And the Packers announcer's just like, and Montgomery's going to take the ball and it's a fumble. He fumbled the football. And the other guy's like, oh no. He's like, that's the dagger, folks. Well, all right. And I was just in shock. And then, because I was just sitting there huh? And then my girlfriend was like, is that bad? And I was like, it's lost game. It's over. I was in shock. I was like, why did he run it? Why did he?
You're talking about Ravens legend Ty Montgomery? Actually,
Ravens legend.
Did you hear about what he did after the game too? After he fumbled it, he threw his helmet at the sidelines and was yelling at people.
Well, apparently what happened was before he fumbled it, he did that because he was upset they took him out on an offensive drive. So the coaches were like, okay, kneel the ball here. But to get back at him, he's like, I'm going to show him who I am. I'm Ty Montgomery. And then he ran it out and just there's so many bad things to that. Not even just running the ball out. Number one, you wouldn't have got to the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
Number two, you risk fumbling the football. And number three, you give up the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, that I feel was the most egregious part of that is that he gave up. You guys had 2 timeouts at the time and the 2-minute warning, right? And
it was one timeout, but still, it's
but he took away the 2-minute warning. I can guarantee that special teams coach was like, just kneel it, kneel it, because we get the 2-minute warning with Aaron fucking Rodgers on your team.
Yeah,
right. You want to give him the ball as much as possible.
Who had scored 2 touchdowns in his last 2 drives.
Yeah,
come on.
No,
that's why. I don't know if you saw that clip I linked of Ty Montgomery in college.
No.
It's in the our Madden chat thing. If you scroll up a bit, there's Ty Montgomery in college, and he tries to run the ball out of the end zone, and his teammate knocks him down in the end zone, and is like, no. And they're like, wow, he says, sit down, young fella. He's still a freshman. He's got to learn. And I was like, looks like he never learned. So it's just...
There was that one moment that I laughed real hard, and I'm sorry, but right. At the end of the game when Aaron Rodgers saw the fumble and he just looked so mad and threw his playbook across the field. Oh man, yeah,
that sure was funny. One of the things was I haven't liked Ty Montgomery for a year. I'm sure the guy's a good guy, all right, but he's not smart at football. And he's not good at football. He wasn't good enough to be a wide receiver. He's at least our 3rd string running back. And he's obviously not good at kick returning. So I was like, why is he's the jack of no trades? Why is he on this team right now?
What would you say you do here?
You trade him.
Yep.
So we got a 7th round 2020 pick, which I would have given them a 7th round 2020 pick to take him.
Yeah.
So I'm perfectly fine with that. But it just gave me flashbacks to when we lost the championship game with the onside kick and Bostic doing that. It was just an extra stab, yeah. There you go. And it was just, even if we would have got the ball and then not scored, I would have been like, oh well, That's whatever. It was just losing without giving Rodgers the ball was
Yeah.
the most painful part.
See,
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Coach, what you remind me of is you remind me of myself back in the day when the Buccaneers were still a contender. You're just now starting to feel the breakdown of defeat, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It really like it.
Yeah.
Rob and I, we've got hardened calluses of feelings when it comes to this sort of thing. The losses find a way.
You're absolutely right. Like when you're a Jets fan, when you're a fan of a bad team, you kind of like every time, like anybody who watches football with me like live can attest to this and be like, oh, you guys are up. It was like 20 points up. That's pretty good. Like, no.
It's never over. It's never over until it's over.
They will do their very best to just snatch defeat from the jaws of victory as hard as they possibly can. So yeah, no, it's welcome to the club, friend.
Yeah. Well, I guess the thing is, right, we still got plenty of games. I think at least it gave me hope where I was like, you know what? Our defense isn't as shitty as it was in the 49er game. We played actually good defense, maybe we'll get like a big streak, in like 7-8 games in a row, beat the Patriots or something. Here we go. Yeah. So I'm still not too upset, but I'm still upset.
Hey,
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm talking.
No.
Oh no, you. All right. Well, I was just gonna say. I mean, like, look, it was a loss, but at the end of the day, this is extremely close, and I would bet pretty decent money that if Rodgers got the ball, that might have been a win, and that's against the now 8-0 Los Angeles Rams, who, to be honest, seem pretty unstoppable. So I think that's a pretty good sign for your team if Rodgers can keep them in the game in that. Like, you guys probably, if he stays healthy, if he stays upright, you guys are probably going to have a nice run in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So that's why I'm not too upset. So I'm like, all right, I've got hope now.
Uh-huh. What I was going to say is that at least it should be comforting to know that you almost beat the best team in football, Coach. And it wasn't and it wasn't due to lack of team effort. It was just you got tied. But what I was going to say earlier was anyone else expecting a flag in the fourth quarter? Because I watched the last quarter because it was such a good game. Was anyone else expecting the flag to be thrown after Matthews hit? Like, did like a loop-de-loop?
Oh yeah,
on Jared Goff,
dude. They have like stopped throwing flags.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely discussed it at that meeting.
Yeah,
because I have not seen a single roughing the passer penalty that wasn't like classic. They reverted it hard. I even saw some things with like Rodgers getting like hands to the face, like bumped around. I'm like, it didn't even bother me. I'm like, hey, you know what? It's better than what it was earlier.
Yeah.
There was such an uproar about that, and with good reason though. Like we weren't sensationalizing or overextending like the analyzation of like why this rule is ridiculous. It was stupid.
Yeah, it was.
So I'm glad that they did it, but I was still though, Coach. I'm not gonna lie. I could have swore that I was expecting to see a flag. I was the yellow coming out from the top right hand corner whenever Matthews did that sort of like loop to loop tackle on Goff.
Yeah, I mean overall we pressured Goff all day. We got some sacks. We got some plays, stopped the run. So I mean I'm pretty excited. I'm excited to play the Patriots next week. Let's go Sunday night.
That'll be pretty good, man. That'll be a good game.
Yeah. Coach versus Bear. If he's here.
If he's here, yeah. Speaking of good games, Buccaneers Bengals.
All right, look, Coach. All right, we knew
Magic's back, kind of.
It was going to be a slobber knocker, Coach. I mean, we had all the pieces in place there, and you know what? Just, again, bless the good guy upstairs, Patrick Mahomes, shining down upon us. The only problem is he was shining on the wrong quarterback because he was sitting on the bench while Jameis Winston was Ubering himself to 4 interceptions. That was
4 picks.
That was great. It was really
Nathan
good.
Peterman, is that your Halloween costume?
Yep. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Rob. But I gotta say, I feel good, Coach. I'm excited about the future of my pick'ems because this just goes to show everyone that I know my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and what I know is that they're just awful. just awful. But I mean, it was nice to see the team rallying around Fitzmagic again, even though it was already lost by then. But hey, we got heart, coach, and we'll get him next week. Hustling again. Thank the Lord Jesus upstairs for blessing us, and we'll go out there and give 102% next week, coach.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fitzmagic. Like, at least now you get to watch that the rest of the season, I think.
Yeah. Again, I'm not advocating for anything, but if the Buccaneer organization decided to drag Jameis Winston out in the middle of the field, put a shotgun to the back of his head,
put him in a horse grinder, industrial size.
Yeah, grinder up.
Yeah, put him in a horse grinder. I would be A-okay with that as long as they set it on fire afterwards. Then it'd be perfect, coach.
What?
Right.
As a Bucs fan,
yes.
What do you think? What do you what do you think is going to happen now at the end of the year with Winston? Because
he's gone. He's done.
You think? Yeah, because I mean, from the outside looking in, one, I just don't like Jameis Winston as a person,
right?
But also, I think he's just kind of bad. I think he's just
bad.
Yeah.
I've been saying it since we got it. I was excited. I'm not gonna lie. I was excited when we first got him because I was like, he's a douchebag, but like I've seen bigger douchebags play better. So I was like, maybe we can turn that around. But he has had how many seasons now to show like that this is his offense and this is how you play in the NFL. He's not a rookie. He's a veteran now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't have him if we don't see him for the way that he was supposed to be, then guess what? He is exactly who he is. This is how he's always going to be. He's had so many chances. We didn't even give. I guarantee you, if this was Josh Freeman, he would not have played the third season. He would have been gone by this point. And I'm glad that he was. But Jameis Winston, I don't know why they keep trying to decide like, oh, he's going to be good. Just get next season. We're rebuilding with the Buccaneers. No. Get rid of him. Fitzpatrick will be fine to go for a while. It's clearly his team. No one wants to play with Winston, especially after that embarrassing. Look, that is in the decades and decades and eons of watching football. Never have I ever seen a worse pass than Jameis Winston's third or fourth. I don't remember which INT it was because I don't have the highlights in front of me. But you know which one I'm talking about. Dead duck. He was pressured. He threw it like left. It was like a left-handed, like almost like a scoop throw.
It was a Nathan Peterman.
Yeah, it was the worst NFL pass I think I have ever seen in my life. And you know what? That's a good record to have for the Bucs. I'm proud of that, coach.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Dude, hey, look. I know the headlines were all like Fitzmagic almost there. Fitzmagic was there, dude. Like, your defense is what lost the game because they let Andy Dalton drive down the field and win it with a field goal. But like he came into the game 11 of 15, 194 yards, 2 touchdowns to 0 picks, 154.9 rating.
Oh yeah,
against the same defense, and he had the same offense as Jameis Winston, who just threw 4 picks against them. I don't know why I do know why. I know why they dropped Fitzmagic and then started Winston because he was the first overall pick. But at this point, I feel like you just cut ties, Desean Jackson was demanding a trade last week, the week before this game. So, I don't know, man.
It's not like Winston's going to suddenly get it.
Yeah.
He's had so many seasons to get it.
I mean,
he just needs to get going.
He is only 24 years old, but the thing is, like, he's had so many off the field issues at this point that, like, why? I mean, I don't know. I don't know why you would give him another chance, personally.
Yeah,
I don't know why they gave him a third season or a fourth season. It's like, like again, if he's not going to improve by now, by this time, like he should have improved by like the first 2 seasons. We should have been saying this sort of thing. This is what you see out of a rookie quarterback or a first year quarterback, like going into their second year. You don't see this and try to write it off as like, oh, we're still tweaking things. It's like, no, he's not going to get it. Jameis Winston is not a good NFL quarterback. He shouldn't be for not even for a team as crappy as the Bucs. And
but
just
he could go to the Bills and make a difference.
That's true.
That's fine.
Speaking of which, they're starting Nathan Peterman next week because got a concussion.
That is whoever has the Bears defense. Yep. Dear God, you are gonna get a lot of points.
I've got the Bears defense coach. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh man, that's rough, dude.
I cannot wait.
Watch Peterman come in and go like 5 touchdowns and no interception.
I feel so, dude. Like comparatively, like compared to Jameis Winston, I feel so bad for Nathan Peterman. He has had the shittest run of luck as to like when they're starting him. Constantly.
He's just like the constant underdog, and he's like, "I got it, guys," and then he just does it again, and you're like, "Come on, man, we're just cheering for you."
By the way, going back to Winston real quick, because I don't know if you guys saw the memes or anything, but if you recall when he was brought back, he said you got to eat the W's, and he was like,
"Oh yeah,"
he was like crossing his fingers and like a gang sign,
and then throat.
and then like shoveling the W's down his throat. Yeah,
Desean Jackson's face while he's doing that is hilarious. It's just like shock of like what are you doing?
Yeah, he calls that his Uber hand.
Desean Jackson has probably, he's been around the league for a while, and I think he's realized that this is the worst situation he's been in. In all his years.
Until Ryan Fitzmagic gets the ball.
Yeah.
Desean Jackson's still putting up decent numbers this year. That's the thing is last week, when Rob was asking about like why are the Bucs ranked number 1, I was like, I'm pretty sure last week I said it was total offense for yards and everything, and that they're still number 1. Well, I don't know about 1 anymore, but going into the game versus Cincinnati, the Bucs had the number 1 total offensive team in the NFL, if you can believe it.
No, Desean Jackson right now, he's almost up to last year's yardage numbers. This is actually crazy. His average, his like receiving yards per reception, it's 22.8.
Yeah.
Whew.
His average is 22.
That's his yards after catch, right?
I mean, probably. I don't see it. They don't have that on the stats here, but like that's crazy. That's insane. And he's already caught more touchdowns than last year. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it. It's because Fitzmagic's throwing him touchdowns. That's what's happening.
Yep.
They changed it to an actual quarterback.
Yeah.
So, but for the record, just to catch everyone up, again, shout out to Hippo Nora on Twitter for the picks that we've gone through so far. Everyone but Coach picked the Packers. Actually, it was only Coach.
Yeah.
I unfortunately was forced to pick the Buccaneers, even though I said you can go listen to last week's podcast for the pick'ems. I said that the Bengals are going to win, but I still picked the Bucs anyway. And then the Vikings or the Patriots and Bills. Rob and Bear both took the easy lock, so good job, both of you. Mm-hmm. Hats off. Nostradamus is over here.
Dude, that was a close game until the end.
Until they were like, okay, we've got as many people as watching now. Just go ahead and end it.
The thing was, they almost like pick 6 Tom Brady. Like they were down 6 points, and then Brady threw it. It got like knocked up, and the Bills almost caught it, and he would have had it for a touchdown, and they would have went up. Mm-hmm. And then he didn't. So
Coach.
that if you look at the box score of that game, it's like classic Bill Belichick. It's like pretty like shitty first half. Like the Patriots scored 3 in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter, and then the final score is 25-6. because that's what he does. It's just like, oh, we're going into halftime. All right, let's just decipher exactly what their defense is doing and exactly how to attack it. And they always do that, and I fucking hate them.
Pretty sure that the NFL just called down the Patriots. Like, look, we got to make this a game for 3 quarters. You're still gonna win, but just like kind of act like you can't win for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what. And look, like the first half, especially, none of the Patriots defense looked like they were even trying. Yeah. I'm being halfway silly, but also halfway serious. I mean, it looks like they were just going through the motion, like. They're not trying to push themselves, overexert themselves.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's something Belichick does. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I forget. I think it was the Chiefs game. Like the Chiefs game that was super high scoring and like super intense, and they had Tom Brady had the ball with like 2 timeouts or something with a minute left, and they opened the drive at the end of the game with a running play, and it's just like, wow, fuck the Patriots. They just decided like, oh, okay, so we're just gonna win. So we're just gonna run out the clock while we win, even though it's 40-43. Like it was crazy. Like it's super high scoring, but they're just like, oh yeah, we're gonna win now. So it's just like, oh, I hate him. I hate that he knows that he's gonna win every time.
That's the most Madden I've ever heard, Rob. So it's like, oh, decided going to win. We're just gonna win now.
Man, I would love to have a coach that did that instead of running up the middle on the 1 yard line against the dominant defensive front.
Oh yeah, well,
don't
talk to me about running up the fucking middle.
Well, let's talk about the Jets.
Yeah.
Wow, I got to watch this one because it was on Chicago television. So it's like, here we go. And wow, whew.
Yeah. Okay, so look, Khalil Mack was out for that game, by the way. Khalil Mack was not in that game. But
by the way, I listen to Chicago sports radio like all the time, so let's put it on. And they were like, should we play Khalil Mack this week? And everybody calling in was like, rest him. It's just the shitty Jets. We need him for the Vikings and the Lions.
I mean, they're not wrong. Well, okay, here's the thing. Like our team is bad, obviously, but we are super injured too. Like we have like 3 starting receivers, and like 2 of them are practice squad players that we got up, and then our defense is super injured too. Like our whole secondary is like out basically. So and that like is literally the only strength of our defense is the secondary. so yeah, I mean, like we're banged up real bad, but I don't think we're a very good team otherwise. But here's the thing. And I know I'm being that guy. I'm being the Jets fan. Okay,
right, here we go.
I know. I'm
ready for it.
I know we're a bad team. I know we're not contenders, but our coaching is fucking terrible. It's really, really fucking bad. And look, the people on the Jets subreddit are yelling about like, well, no coach could win with this much of a banged up roster, blah 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 blah, all this stuff, right? But it's just excuses because we have three active receivers, right? We have like 3 active receivers because everybody's injured. So what are we going to run most of the time? Oh, let's run 5 wide receiver sets. Why are we running 5 wide receivers when we have like 0? That doesn't make any sense.
Do you want to trade coaches?
I mean, maybe we have. By the way, we have 4 tight ends on the roster right now. 4. Okay. We're not running. We didn't, and all of our receiving core is banged up. We have young tight ends that most of them are receiving tight ends. Like I think only one of our tight ends is a blocking tight end, and we're like, oh, should we? Well, our receiving core is banged up. Maybe we should run a couple multiple tight end sets. Nah, fuck it. Let's just run 5 wide receivers. Let's do that instead. And then we're just like, oh, well, we need to run the ball. You gotta establish the run, guys. You gotta establish the run. Even though Isaiah Crowell had, I'm not kidding. This was a stat that they showed in the fucking game. 5 straight 0-yard gains on the run. When you're at like 4, I feel like at that point you're like, well, maybe we should pass. Maybe we should try to pass. It's just constant. And then when we run, we have Isaiah Crowell, who has shown is super fast. Maybe we run him to the outside. No, it's first down. We got to run up the middle with Isaiah Crowell. Isaiah Crowell's on the field, everybody. Yeah, hey, defense. Isaiah Crowell's on the field. That's a run up the middle. It's just, it kills me because Sam Darnold still looked pretty fucking good in that game in points. Like 153 yards, a touchdown. Like he looked pretty good.
Why do you question why they put 5 wide then, Rob? You have Sam the Man Darnold out there.
It's just
throwing to Sharon Peak, Trenton Cannon.
Oh man, I mean,
top tier players. Christopher Herndon the 4th.
Okay, so Chris Herndon is actually like one of the only playmakers left on our team right now. Like I mean, these stats, oh boy, they're going to really jump out at you here. He's got 12 receptions on the year for 161 yards and 3 touchdowns. But that he's had a touchdown in 3 straight games. This guy should be playing all the time. Get him on the field, man. Like, get him going.
He's your best receiver.
Yeah, he kind of is right now. Everyone else is fucking injured, man.
But, Rob, you have someone named Jordan Leggett. The T-shirts just sell themselves, Rob. He's a receiver. Yeah. It's perfect.
He was drafted last year, and then he got injured for the entire year in preseason, and now he's back. He's another one of our tight ends. He's one of our 4. We've got Neil Sterling, Jordan Leggett, Chris Herndon, and some other fucking guy. And it's just like, man, it really grinds my gears watching Jets games sometimes. And I can't wait till Todd Bowles is out. I like Todd Bowles as a person. He seems like a nice guy. He seems like a coach that some of the players like. That's great. Get him out. I don't want him here anymore. I want an offensive coach that can do something other than try to fucking run the ball 100 times a game.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the game, right, Crendor? How did you think? What did you think of Sam Darnold?
I thought he looked pretty good.
Right?
Like he's definitely gonna be your quarterback of the future. Like there's no question about it.
I think
and
so
I think
too.
He's gonna be pretty solid. Like I don't think he's gonna be like, oh my god, this guy's Pat Mahomes, but he's gonna be, like if you look at all the like he could be like Andy Dalton tier, or like like a solid starting quarterback that's better than anything you've had before that can actually lead you to wins.
Darnold's play style reminds me of Cutler, but when Cutler is like on, like the good Cutler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's how he kind of plays to me.
Darnold to me looks like if he's, I feel like his, whenever you do like comps for like rookie QBs, it's always something like grandiose and ridiculous. But I feel like his comp legitimately is sort of like Aaron Rodgers. Like he's got that thing where when shit breaks down, he can still make weird completions that don't make sense.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's exciting to me as a Jets fan because I have only watched that on other teams. So it's really nice seeing him like dodge defenders in the pocket and just like run out and be like, oh, he's throwing it away. Oh no, it's a completion. That's cool. Yeah. Like that's great. I'm really happy about that. And I don't know, but I feel like
needs like some weapons around him.
He's got nothing. Yeah.
As someone who isn't a Jets fan at all, I don't actively hate the Jets. There's not a team that I don't care about them. But from what I've seen that could help out Darnold so much is if they get an actual good running back that takes so much pressure off of the quarterback and it takes it off the offensive line too. That would free Darnold up and actually be able to make some plays, but you need to have a good running game.
Yeah. No, look, I'm on the train of like, hey, we got $70 million in cap next year, probably more than that too. Get Le'Veon. Bring him in.
Yeah.
People on the Jets subreddit are just like, oh, that is the worst decision you could possibly make. He wants so much money. It's like, look, hey, good teams spend money on good players. That's what happens. And look at the fucking Rams. Look at the Eagles. The good teams spend money on good players. Now, obviously, overpaying Le'Veon Bell would possibly be a huge mistake, but the kid, Sam Darnold, needs something. He needs anybody. Yeah. He's the only person on the team some games, man.
I'll tell you this much. As a Bucs fan, I would rather have Darnold or even Baker Mayfield over Winston.
Yeah.
If we had someone like Sam Darnold behind Fitzpatrick learning and stuff, and then like curating him to be like the starter for maybe not next season, but the season after that, I'd be excited. I mean, even if he was playing right now, I'd be like kind of excited. But
the Jets were like,
we got Fitz.
Yeah. Well, the Jets were still in that game for like a majority of the game, and it was just it hit that point where the Bears kind of just.
It's called jettison, coach.
All right. Well, we were at a restaurant, and then they had the game on every single TV, and they had the thing, and it was like when the Bears scored, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
But they had
I really wanted, not even just for Rob's sanity, but for a division loss in our division, I was really pulling for, and then the Bears got it, so it's just But
I mean,
hey, you know what? I think next year the Jets will probably go like 500-ish if they get like some more weapons. I think the year after that they'd probably be contending again. Like the division.
I think here's what I think about the future of the Jets. And this
Mm.
might be a homer opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But we got $70 million in cap room. And the way that the cap works in the NFL is super weird because there's like, you don't have to spend to the cap for 4 years. Like there's like a weird, like, do you guys know how this works? Have you guys heard about this?
I don't think so.
Basically, there's like a, I mean, I'm not going to explain it correctly. I'll paraphrase from the bits and pieces that I know, but it's more or less like there's a certain amount of time that you have to be under cap, to be considerably under cap. We're considerably under cap right now. Like we're like you know, we're gonna have 70 million in cap room. So the NFL doesn't like that because they want the parity, right? They want you to spend to the cap. And the Players Association obviously wants you to as well.
Right.
So I think right now we are in a year where we have to spend our cap, otherwise we'll get, you know, penalized. So we're gonna spend a lot of money. Now, if we manage to pick the right coach and possibly the right GM, I actually like Mac, our GM right now, but if they clean house, they clean house, and they might do it this offseason. But if we clean house properly and we get the right coach and the right guy to come in and spend our money properly, I think we could contend next year. I legitimately do. But there's a lot of There's a lot of question marks there.
There's a lot of pot.
There's a lot of pot.
There's a lot of pot. There's a lot of pot in New York. So
yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen.
I learned that from How New Yorker Are You from Rob.
If we go, the only thing is if we go into next season and Todd Bowles is still the coach, man, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that season. I'll be honest.
I still feel like you would need a year to just meld a team together, which is why I think you'd go like 8-8, maybe 9-7 if it was good, like 7-9 if it was bad, and then.
But I mean, you know, you see Jeff Fisher compared to Sean McVay. You know, we ain't going 7-9, and then they went 7-9.
Jeff Fisher next year.
Yeah,
they get him 1 year, and then the year after.
Oh my god. The Jets organization historically has cheap they're cheapskates when it comes to coaches. So hopefully we don't do that this next year. You know, maybe we're like, hey, Lincoln Riley, here's $15 million a year. Come help us, please.
Well, I was looking at the free agent list next year. So there's DeMarcus Lawrence, Trey Flowers, Jadeveon Clowney. So a lot of like pass rushers.
That's a big hole for us.
Yep. Le'Veon Bell, Earl Thomas, Grady Jarrett. He's actually a really solid defensive lineman with Atlanta. And he's only 26 too.
Yeah.
I mean, good job with Clowney, or good luck, I should say, with Clowney. If he can stay healthy, then he's great. Yeah. But I think I've seen him play
the Packers. I would risk that.
Yeah,
he's good. He's just injury prone.
Well, on a team like yours, where you're like always contending, I mean, if you could get a role player that can come in and make big plays, even if he's not
like
there
a
the whole
Khalil
time.
Mack or something. Yeah.
Speaking of heads rolling, Coach. How about those Browns? You picked them over the Steelers. It was close. It was close until it wasn't.
Yeah. And man, Juju Smith-Schuster, the only player to not do well on the Steelers this week. Fantastic.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was honestly, I was scared because that was my lock of the week for the Steelers, and for a split second that game, it's like because Roethlisberger broke his finger. So it's like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's nursing a broken finger right now.
Which hand? Throwing hand or
offhand? That one, I'll have to get back to you, analyst.
The offhand. Well, then again, Brett Favre played with a broken thumb.
Yeah,
1 year.
Yeah,
played pretty well actually.
But I was watching that game and I was like, man, if the Steelers somehow lose to the Browns, it may be one of the greatest Browns victories of all time to win in Pittsburgh with this team with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Well,
no, for real.
Then
they look good.
The opposite. Everyone got fired.
Yeah. Instead, they did what the Bucs should have done, and that's got rid of everyone when they said they were going to.
Oh, dude, I'm of a mixed mind on it, but I just wanted to mention that everyone's calling it the Brown Wedding, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
So
For the record, just break in real quick. Sorry, Rob. It's his index finger and his non-throwing arm.
Okay, offhand. Yeah, okay. Well, that's good at least. Good for him.
Sorry. Continue.
But so like the Brown Wedding, right? So they fired Hugh Jackson, and then for like about 30 minutes, everybody's like, "Oh, I guess Todd Haley's the interim," and then 30 minutes later, it's just like, "Oh, Todd Haley's fired too." And it's just like, apparently, according to the reports, Hugh was going over to tell Todd Haley that he was firing him when Dorsey called Hugh into his office.
He was fired.
Yeah.
That's great. That's so great.
In the press conference after the game, like he was just like it was almost like a fire me press conference because they came to him and they were like, "Hey, what about that like bad clock management and in the middle of the in the first half? You know, you guys had 2 timeouts yet. Why didn't you use any?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't remember having timeouts." And it's just like, what the fuck are you saying? You're saying that out at the podium? What are you doing?
The NFL is like,
you get the like true like press conference. It's like, I just forgot. Sorry.
But but Mayfield looked surprisingly good. I mean,
he's good, man.
This whole season.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, he put up decent numbers against a very tough Steelers defense.
Yeah, I mean, he's no Sam Darnold, but he's all right. You know?
Yeah, he's no Drew Brees, but I mean, he's no Darnold. He's certainly no Jameis Winston, but he is a Baker Mayfield, though. And he looked great.
Good.
Yeah, I mean,
this is why. Okay, so this is why I'm of a mixed opinion about the Brown Wedding. Is I want Todd Bowles gone, but I want him gone at the end of the season. And the reason that I want him gone at the end of the season is similar to the Browns. We got a rookie quarterback, and right now, you got to keep in mind with Baker Mayfield here, right? I mean, before the season, I would have said, yeah, fire Hugh Jackson. He's 1-31. Why the hell is he still a coach? But then when you're doing it mid-season, it creates this sort of like bad atmosphere around the organization. Like it looks kind of same old Browns, right? Like and in this case, like what this is the straw. This loss is the straw that broke the camel's back. He should have been fired ages ago, you know. And here's what's going to happen: Baker Mayfield is now going to need to play because I'm sure Al Saunders isn't going to be the head coach next year, right? He's the interim.
Yeah.
So Baker Mayfield is going to play 3 different NFL offenses in 2 years. That's rough, man. That's hard for anybody. I don't care how smart Baker Mayfield is.
There's no guarantee that a change of coaching doesn't necessarily mean they're going to drastically change the playbook. Just to play devil's advocate, I know what you're saying though. Like
they're probably not going to change the playbook drastically, but they're still going to. Obviously, if they're running the same offense, then Al Saunders is going to get fired too, right? Like so.
But they are. I mean, what I think what Rob's trying to say is that they're endangering. Stunting the growth of Mayfield. Mayfield, he can. I think that he definitely could evolve to one of the premier quarterbacks. Maybe not in Cleveland, but I think he's good enough.
I think so too, and I think you are hurting his development by doing this right now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah. If anything, they should have waited till at least it was mathematically impossible for the Browns to not get the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
not that anyone's expecting to get to the playoffs anyway, but like. They should at least still try to cultivate Mayfield's evolution as a quarterback. I mean, that's a rough thing to put a rookie quarterback through who's already playing in a rough place just because it's the Browns.
Yeah,
he almost when I was watching him like highlights and stuff, he almost reminds me of like a Russell Wilson style. Mm-hmm. Like he runs around a lot. He's got like a strong arm, makes good passes. Like he could be the Browns' Russell Wilson.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's what I was calling before the draft, man. Like I really believe in this kid. Like I think Baker Mayfield's the truth, and I think next year, if they get a good offensive coach, there's a good chance that he could pop off, man.
And what's more important than that is that Cleveland is starting to believe in their quarterback for the first time in a long time.
Well, they've got 2 wins, which is more than they've gotten in 2 years.
Yeah.
So obviously, I'd believe too.
And they're close in most of these games too, even in the losses. So
no, I think
this one.
I mean, look, I don't think anyone, but maybe Browns fans pick the Browns over the Steelers, but
and me.
Yeah, well, but I'm pretty sure you were just memeing there. But like,
Yeah.
but they still. I think that they look like a decent football team. I think they're actually put together a little bit better than most other teams that I've watched this season. I'm not saying they're the greatest of all time, of course, but they're gonna. I think they have
They're better than their record.
Yeah,
They've gone from like a joke to like an actual competitive team.
Yeah, I think they legitimately. I think they're better than a couple of teams in the NFL right now. Like,
go Browns!
Like,
I'm a Browns
easily.
fan. Go Browns,
dude. Me too, man. For real.
Do you think like? You were mentioning offensive coaches and stuff. I feel like everybody wants that at this point. That seems to be the trend.
Yeah.
Like, you get a young offensive-minded coach. Because I want that for the Packers. I'm like, dude, can we get somebody who can, like, actually let Aaron Rodgers, like, do Aaron Rodgers things instead of, like, well, Mike McCarthy been here 10 years. Like, listen, Mike McCarthy was great 10 years ago. And now it just feels like an ancient system. And every once in a while, he'll like redeem himself towards the end of the season, which I think is going to happen again, where I'm always like, fire McCarthy, and then they win like 8 in a row, and I'm like, all right, woo, and then we lose the playoffs, and I'm like, fire McCarthy. So it's like the roller coaster, and I never know what to want. It is,
I think
I do think that's like the offensive-minded head coach thing is like a trend now.
It's the way honestly, it's the way the league has been going since 2004, and I mean, I get it. The old way of thinking is defense wins championships, and maybe that's true. But I mean, in the last Super Bowl, it was like what 1,000 total yards or something, like 1,500 total yards. Like you need an offense. You need a good offense, and importantly, I think you need to have a good QB. In the modern NFL, you need a good QB.
Now batting, Rob, Captain Hindsight and Captain Obvious rolled into one. You need a good quarterback.
You know what? Like if you look at NFL teams around the league, I don't know if it's that obvious because the Jets have been fucking getting. We dropped Rex Ryan, who was like a defensive genius, right? Supposedly, and then our offense was always our Achilles heel when under Rex Ryan. And so what do? We go defensive-minded head coach and Todd Bowles. It's just, it should be obvious. It should be obvious when you look around the league, but it's not, it seems, to some of these teams. I don't know why.
Yeah. I think the last defensive team to win a Super Bowl was the Seattle defense in like 2014.
Yeah.
And like outside of that, like looking back at all these, it's like I can't really
what was the score in the Ravens win?
Wow,
34-31.
Okay.
Over the 49ers. Like all these games still go like the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the only game where Denver had 8 points. Like it was the only single digit Super Bowl, and I can't even see one on the list.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now, I don't think it's so black and white as defense wins championships. I think complete teams win championships. Like the Eagles last year, they were a complete team.
Mm-hmm.
They had a strong offense and they had a very good defense. If you look at the Rams right now, they're a complete team. They have a very good defense and a very good offense, and they can score in multiple ways. So
there's the Patriots.
Yeah. And the Chiefs.
I sent a message in the Discord group, by the way.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the future of the Browns. I mean, honestly, it's not just because Rob is here and he's my friend. I'm excited to see what happens to Darnold in the next season.
Yeah, me too. I really am. You know what? As a Jets fan, and I saw all of the Mark Sanchez games. He really does not feel like Sanchez.
No.
Yeah. Sanchez in the first couple of years, even that first year, like he had flashes of greatness, but especially in the playoffs, but in the regular season, he would make throws and I'd be like, that's just not good. Meanwhile, like when I'm watching Darnold, like it feels like, wow, I I feel like if this guy had literally anyone except high school players to throw to, we would be in these games, you know? And when Jeremy Bates decides that, we've got a QB, maybe we should throw the ball now.
I'm surprised you didn't make the Chad Pennington comparison back, because when Pennington came out, he was on fire, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think I mean, granted, not this year, not so far this season, but I think Mayfield is closer to Pennington than Darnold, because like Pennington was he was the second most accurate QB in football, I think, right now. Like, he has the record for career.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was very good. I mean, he just got killed by injuries, you know.
Yeah.
So. But he doesn't feel like Pennington to me. But I started being a Jets fan after the Pennington era anyway. So I've only gone back and watched him. So
wait, who were you a fan of before that?
I started in 2009. That's when I started watching football. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
You picked a humdinger of a team to get latched on.
In fairness,
you didn't pick the Bills.
Yeah,
true.
In 2009, the Jets were pretty fucking good. But it's been all kind of downhill from there. And I also, my dad was a Giants fan, so I sort of picked the Jets to despite my father, more or less. So
I see.
That's what it all comes down to. Daddy issues with Rob. I got you.
Yep, basically,
Speaking of the Giants, they lost again to the Redskins.
Yeah, this Saquon Barkley pick is looking worse and worse every game.
Yeah, they're also trading away their team.
Yep.
And their rookie quarterback arrested for evading police.
Yep.
This past today, actually.
I was just reading about it. Do you know how it happened? Because it said traffic violation. So I decided to read what that meant. Apparently, he was in the city, speeding in his fucking Jaguar. He has a Jaguar. By the way, 4th round pick. Just putting that out there. 4th round pick. He's got a Jaguar, and he zooms through a turn, almost kills the fucking.
He almost hit a cop.
Yeah, it was like a crossing. Yeah, traffic crossing guy.
Oh my god.
And then there was another guy. There was another traffic cop at the end of the on ramp, and they were just like, "Whoa, motherfucker! You're going to jail." Pay for your crimes, criminal scum.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
Especially in New York, man, where there is just, I mean, if you piss off anyone in New York, especially a New York cop, and you're like a sports, not even a star, just a professional sports player, it's over for you. It's just over.
Yeah,
I mean they're gonna get him on a myriad of charges, especially for almost striking a police officer.
Also, now we as New Yorkers all know that he drives like a fucking asshole, and he's one of those douchebags in the fancy sports cars driving like a dick. So fuck him. Every New Yorker hates those people, so it's perfect. Oh man, poor Spider-Man.
At least the Giants can pick a new quarterback this year for the draft.
It looks like it, right? They're 1-7. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, that is true. For the record, Crendor picks the Redskins.
Mode.
Crendor and Rob and Sinvicta all pick Redskins. Bear, for whatever reason, sent in his absentee vote for the Giants. Yeah, good job, Bear.
The Redskins looking pretty good. Also, the Redskins traded for Clinton Dix.
Yep.
Yeah.
So people probably wondering, why did the Packers trade Clinton Dix? So pretty much he's been like, I'm not re-signing with you when the season's over.
Okay.
So he's kind of been wishy-washy on that. And then we got a 4th round pick. So I'm not too upset with that. And honestly, like he's a good safety, right? He's like above average, pretty good safety, but he's still made a lot of bad plays. Like, he's had some picks. He's missed a decent amount of tackles. He's blown some coverages, and like, I feel like he's fallen off a bit after he made his Pro Bowl year like a few years ago. Like, so I'm not too upset about it. Obviously, we're probably going to be worse at that position, but I'd rather like develop some of our younger guys than have a guy here and then he's like, all right, well, I'm leaving, bye.
Yeah, especially if he's not back next year, right? But
yeah,
can I just say that we're living in a time where you can say the wishy-washy Clinton Dix actually
of course
something.
Yo, but in general, Redskins defense is for real.
Yeah,
like,
it is legit for real.
I feel like the Redskins are having quietly a very, very good season. They're 5-2.
Mm-hmm. You know what they remind me of? last year's Kansas City Chiefs.
yeah, a little bit. Oh my
and,
God. If they draft a QB next year and out Alex Smith in 3, that poor man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got a lot of money still, so.
That's true. Yeah,
I
he'll
think
survive.
he's far from poor.
Yeah. But, hey, you know what? I think they'll take the NFC East, to be honest.
They might.
They look good. They definitely look good. I was not expecting them to be this good, but they are.
Then again, the Eagles starting to claw back. They beat the Jaguars, who are... Whew, the Jaguars are a mess.
Yeah, what the fuck
speaking
happened
of players
to them?
arrested, they had like 4 players arrested in London.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
again, shout out to the NFL for sending just a quality game, quality people, quality game.
Yeah,
over across the pond. So
listen, if there's one team I expect this from, it's the Florida team. So
you wouldn't expect it from the Bucks.
No, that's oh my God! Could you imagine if Jameis Winston went to the Jaguars?
Oh,
that would be great. Please let that happen.
That would be hilarious.
Please
buy a party boat with day one.
Yeah. We should talk about like what the hell happened to the Jags? Like what's going on over there? They've had 4 straight losses.
The main thing is they lost. Like Leonard Fournette hasn't been playing, who's like their workhorse of the running game. They lost Allen Robinson, top receiver. They lost Allen Hurns, like their number 2 receiver. And so you've got like a bunch of just backup wide receivers.
You're just left with Bortles.
So you got Bortles throwing to like TJ Yeldon, Dante Moncrief, who's not bad, but he's not like a number 1. And like some other people like D.D. Westbrook and Keelan Cole. Like they need wide receivers again because they lost their wide receivers.
They lost all of them.
Yeah.
And that's pretty bad for a QB who's, as much as I defend him, he is not that great.
Yeah. So honestly, they're kind of a mess right now. I can't even see him winning like over 6 games at this point.
What is even their schedule like? Are these games coming up that they're going to win? I mean, maybe the Colts. They'll probably lose to the Steelers. Bills is a win.
I don't even see them beating the Colts.
Yeah, I don't know.
They could beat the Bills and like maybe
the
one other
Titans.
game.
They're definitely going to lose to the Redskins.
Remember when everyone here was like saying like, "Oh, the Jags are easy lock." This is I mean they're going to take that division. Hey, I'm right up there with you. I was doing the same thing. It was an easy call.
Yeah. But all right, let's go over some of these other games because I know Sinvicta's got to go. Early. So we got Texans Dolphins. Texans beat the Dolphins. Yeah. Which I think I picked the Texans. Either way, Texans are looking better now, and they got Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah. All 4 of us picked Eagles. All 4 of us picked Texans.
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah.
Important to note, Deshaun Watson, 5 fucking touchdowns, 0 interceptions in that game. That's pretty crazy.
That is pretty crazy. He's actually getting back to his old form.
Yeah, he's got 2K yards on the year, 64 completion percentage, 15-7 as far as touchdowns, interceptions.
Damn, dude. That was the Texans' weakness too, is they always just had like Matt Schaub throwing the ball and Blake Bortles. Not Blake Bortles, Brock Osweiler.
Blake Bortles on the Texans.
Blake Bortles. Yeah. Now they have an actual quarterback, so it's like, hey, they might be a threat.
Imagine if Andre Johnson had Deshaun Watson throwing to him.
Yeah, that would be. He'd love that, but he didn't.
I want to go through this. I know we got to go through it quick, but like, what happens to Ryan Tannehill here? Like, he's been out 2 weeks. He was out all last season. I think he's a pretty good quarterback, actually. Like, I think he's like, reasonably above average, like somewhere hovering around the middle of the pack, and he's like entering basically modern QB prime at 30 years old. Yeah, but I don't know. Are they gonna stick with him? Because I mean, it seems like he's pretty injury prone. He's looking kind of Sam Bradford-y, I
think he's a lot like Sam Bradford at this point.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go down the same path too. So it's kind of sad, but
yeah. I don't know, man.
I've never been on the Tannehill train, but again, I've seen him play for a long time when he was back in Tannehill.
Yeah.
Chiefs beat the Broncos.
Yep.
Surprise, surprise.
Hey, it was
no one's surprised.
It was fairly close, actually.
Yeah. It was actually fairly close.
But Pat Mahomes still threw 4 touchdowns, so
Yeah. So you just overpower the Broncos.
Everyone picked the Chiefs, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
By the
you can't
way-
pick against them.
Side note, Pat Mahomes has 26 touchdowns at the half-season mark.
Oh my God.
That's insane. I was
That
going to
is
say
insane.
insanity, but that's why it sounded weird.
That's insane. Insane, Rob.
26 touchdowns at week 8. What the fuck,
He
dude?
might be one of the
Yeah.
best modern quarterbacks I think I've ever seen.
It's incredible.
It really is insane.
Second coming of Brett Favre, man.
Yeah, dude.
He's no Darnold, but I mean,
Honestly,
He's no Darnold.
I want the
obviously.
Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl just so I can watch him play in the Super Bowl.
I want to see Andy Reid finally win a ring. That's what
I do.
Yeah.
I've
like
always
Andy
liked
Reid.
Andy Reid. I've always liked
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I like Andy Reid helped the Packers to a Super Bowl as like one of the like not head coach but like
right,
the
yeah.
side coaches. I mean,
And
he's
a couple
also
of
given
his,
us a lot of products.
Yeah, a couple of his coaching tree people have already won Super Bowls. Like Doug Peterson was under him.
Oh yeah.
So
Dude, I remember Doug Peterson like backing up Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
I'm old.
Didn't he also have Kubiak as well, who then won the?
I think
Didn't
so.
Gary Kubiak
Yeah,
won
I
with the
think so.
Broncos?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Andy Reid coaching tree.
I'm pretty sure that Kubiak was with him.
Yeah.
But I've always liked Andy Reid.
Yeah,
I liked him when
Eagles
he was
stuff,
with the Eagles. I liked him when he was with the Packers. I like him when he's with the Chiefs.
You know,
Yeah.
I honestly think Andy Reid is one of the like if it weren't for Bill Belichick, and despite the fact that Andy Reid has literally only Super Bowl losses and no wins,
Mhm.
I think he might be the best coach in football. Like
If he had no weaknesses at all,
If he knew how to call timeouts,
he's bad at that, yeah. But like here's the thing, like he's been coaching for like half of his adult life now. And he or pretty much all of his adult life and half of his entire life. And he's always had this head coaching job, like from the Eagles now to the Chiefs, and his offenses never really died. He's always innovating. He's always changing things. Like this, the offense that they run in Kansas City right now is so pretty to watch. Like it's fun. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I feel like almost every single snap there's movement behind the line. They're constantly moving receivers, like all the time. And I think that's part of why they're so successful with how confusing their offense is. And I don't know. He's just a good coach, man. I like Andy Reid.
Yeah. I want Bob Wiley of the Cleveland Browns to get the
Yeah.
head coaching job. Wilfred
He's
Brimley
awesome.
taking
Yeah.
control. He'd be their Andy Reid.
He
I would
could.
love that.
I hope so.
But let's
Yeah.
see some of the other games we can speed through that we don't care about. Seahawks beat the Lions in what
Yeah.
I figured would be a tie. Pretty much a tie. Let's not even lie.
Yeah.
Then the Colts beat the Raiders, as we all predicted.
Yep.
Somehow the Cardinals beat the 49ers, even though that game
Chosen
was like
Rosen, baby.
that game was like 5-2. It was like a baseball score at like the halftime.
Yep. High five to Rob. We did it. We beat Coach and Bear there on that pick there, Rob.
Hell yeah,
almost picked
baby.
Cardinals.
Chosen Rosen.
Yep.
As we mentioned, the Bills lost to the Patriots, and the Panthers beat the Ravens. I picked the Panthers. I'm telling you, dude, Panthers are not that bad.
I said it in the beginning of the season. It's an off year for the Panthers. They're going to the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
No
I
matter
was
what,
surprised.
it's happening. Yeah. And then next year, of course, no matter what happens this year for the Panthers, they're missing the playoffs next year. And then the year after that,
Yeah.
maybe they'll be in the Super Bowl. So
You talking about playoff?
playoffs.
Playoffs?
Hey, honorable mention, New England Buffalo game. Officially the first time we have ever seen a 1-point safety in the NFL.
Wait, how did that even happen? I missed that.
I think a 1-point
safety?
safety. Yeah. 1-point safety is when you return a blocked field goal or something. I don't know
Oh.
how it happened in that game because I didn't watch it because it was terrible.
Yeah.
But but yeah, it's officially the first time that's ever happened.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I'm not giving you any praise for that because you locked up New England versus Buffalo, Rob. So you and Bear you shouldn't shouldn't even gotten extra points.
A couple of podcasts ago, you were giving me shit for giving the non-lock, and now I get the real lock and I get shit too. What's happening here? You know what I mean?
You got to be consistent, Rob.
Well, On top of that, we had the Vikings lose to the Saints. Good job, Saints.
Yep.
Yeah, normally I don't care about the Saints, but they beat the Vikings, so I'm very happy with that. Eli Apple, 9 tackles. Newly acquired Eli Apple.
He went nuts.
But he also gave up like a big touchdown too.
Oh, so. Classic.
Yeah.
Dude, Marcus Davenport, the Saints pick, 4 sacks. He's had 3 sacks in the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
So he's actually starting to come alive.
Shows what I know, because I was like, that seems like a weird pick. Nope, turns out it wasn't. It's a good pick.
It's hey, we got their first rounder for it. So
man,
for
man,
it.
do I hate the Saints so much. I hate them.
Listen, the pick's probably gonna end up being like a 29th overall or something, or like whatever. But like, it's still a first round pick. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, first round's a first rounder, dude.
Yeah. Let's see. So then,
hey, Kirk Cousins, 70% completion percentage on the season. I'm just saying, I was right about Kirk Cousins. Go on.
You were. All right, Sinvicta, do you have the power rankings?
Hello, Coach Krendor. I've got them right here. NFL.com, Bible of the internet. You are not going to believe who is number 2. I'm not even going to give you a list of options, Coach.
All right.
Coach and Rob. I'll let Rob go first, and then we'll see if Coach can build off of that. Rob, who do you think the
number
second ranked power ranking team is, Rob, now? According to the NFL.com official NFL power ranking.
And you're saying it's weird.
You are not going to believe who it is.
All right, it's the Los Angeles Rams.
All right, who do you think it is, Coach?
It's the Saints.
You are both absolutely incorrect. That'd be weird if you were both correct, because you picked 2 different teams. Number 1, of course, is going to be the Rams. They've been just number 1, easy pick. Second overall power ranking rank is the 6-2 New England Patriots over the 7-1 Chiefs.
Fuck off.
I wish Bear was here to get roasted for that, because, man, how do you pick anyone over the Chiefs?
Yeah, what did they get? Yeah, go on.
Well, they beat the Chiefs.
They beat the Chiefs.
They did beat the Chiefs.
They did beat
Packers.
The Chiefs.
Do you think the Packers would be number 1 if they would have won? You think
no,
maybe?
Coach. In fact,
the 3-1 Packers.
In fact, Coach,
we should be 5-1 right now.
Coach Krendor, where do you see your 3-1 Packers falling to or rising to?
Honestly, we played well enough against one of the top teams. I'd say probably 11 or 12.
I'm gonna give you a hint, Coach, before you make your official guess. Last week you're ranked 13 in the power rankings, Coach Krendor.
Oh, I'd say 10-11.
You are absolutely incorrect, Coach. You have stayed at rank 13.
What? Okay, whatever.
I'll read the list of teams that have been. I'll round out the top. All
right,
13 here. Teams that have placed above the Packers. Okay, the Bears. Right. The Bears, not all that surprising. All right, Ravens
beat the Bears.
The Ravens have fallen from 8 to 11.
Well, yeah, they got Ty Montgomery now,
and the and the team that has literally risen 3 ranks to go above the stagnant Green Bay Packers.
The Houston Texans at 5-3.
What are they? What is their ranking actually?
The Texans?
Mm-hmm.
They are 12th.
I don't know. I mean, they're leading that division. They're
10 through 15 are the Bears, the Ravens, the Texans, the Packers, the Eagles, and then the Seahawks have risen all the way up to the promised land of the top 15 in the NFL.com official NFL.com power rankings for the NFL.
Might be a little early to talk about this, but
don't
NFC.
Say playoffs. Don't say playoffs.
The NFC, man, is looking weird. I don't know. I don't know who's making the playoffs.
I honestly have no idea either. It's there's the Rams, Saints are pretty much locked in probably, unless some crazy shit happens, Breeze gets injured or whatever. But Seahawks are there. I don't think the Seahawks are going to stay there. Bears could be there. It's I don't know. They could fall apart. They could keep going. Panthers, I think, will be there. Redskins, I think. Then there's it's the NFC North is like one game apart with all these teams, with like the Bears, Vikings, and Lions still needing 2 games against each other. So that's gonna be crazy. And then like some of these teams, like the Eagles, are in the 9th seed below the Packers right now.
Yeah.
In the like, some of this is crazy. Falcons at the 10 seed.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I the only thing that I can predict about the NFC playoff picture is that I think there might be even more than one good team that is not going to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
But
it might be like that AFC thing a few years ago where I forgot who it was. Somebody missed out and they were like 10-6 or something.
Oh, yeah. What team was that?
Yeah.
I don't know which team that was.
Let's see. Let's look it up real quick. Let's see.
Yeah, no, that was a good year. Like that one. It's a lot of fun.
It's only week 9, though, guys.
What's that?
That's true.
It's only week 9. It's way too early to even mention playoffs right now.
Yeah, I mean,
that's way too early.
Now the biggest.
Wow, that was the Jets. That's crazy.
Now I'm gonna give you before we hop on to fantasy coach Krendor. I'm gonna give this one to you first, and then Rob, I'll give you the counter here. Which team do you think has fallen the most? I'll give you a hint. They're in the NFC, and they fell 6 ranks.
6.
This is for Coach Krendor, Coach.
NFC team fell 6 spots. That's probably gonna be.
They went from 12 to 18.
I'm looking at the teams here. Oh, probably the Lions.
That is absolutely correct, Coach Krendor.
Woo! Oh boy.
Detroit Lions falling 6 places, going from 12 to 18th. Now, Rob, I've got a good one here for you, and I'll be impressed if you get this one without cheating. Which team has risen 6 ranks? They went from, and this would be a good hint for you. I'm not going to tell you what conference they're in. They went from 27 to 21 with week.
Is it the Colts?
It is absolutely correct, Rob. The Colts have risen from 20.
We're on fire.
7 to 21. Thanks to their win, and that's probably as high as they'll get because they're not beating anyone else.
I don't know, man. Andrew Luck's still good.
Yeah,
they are still good, and
he's got the second most passes completed and second most pass attempts.
Yep.
And finally, Rob, here I'm gonna ask you, since we were both bonded by terribleness. True or false? The Buccaneers are ranked above the Jets in the NFL.com power rankings.
I'm gonna say true.
That's correct. The Buccaneers are ranked 25. The Jets have fallen to 27, with the 26th team being the one and only Cleveland Browns at 2-5-1.
Hey.
There you go. That is the power rankings. Back up to the desk with Coach Krendor. Coach.
All right. Well, let's take a look at a couple of news things real quick. Dominique Cromartie has retired from the Raiders.
That's it. Wow. Oh, man. He just retired straight up, huh?
Another Raider gone.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Retired.
They're cleaning
Rams.
house.
Yep. That's the Gruden getting set. He's
Actually,
ready to have the super draft.
Before you go on, can I just say, after seeing like Demaryius Thomas and Golden Tate getting traded right now, maybe John Gruden's a genius because he got a first for Amari Cooper. Like, what the hell? Like,
That's what I was saying.
DT was traded for like a 3rd, and like Golden Tate was like a 4th and a 7th. Like,
yeah. And Dante Fowler got traded to the Rams for a 3rd in 2019 and a 2020 5th.
Yeah, that seems kind of high for him, but it's a pass rusher, so.
Yeah.
Look out for those 2022 Raiders. They're going to be ready to go.
The Las Vegas Raiders. They're just prepping for Vegas, dude. I'm telling you. They don't care about Oakland right now. It's like, get ready for Vegas. This is all that matters.
Yep.
And then, don't look now, but Terrell Owens tweeted at the Buffalo Bills, "I'm available. Yours truly, number 81." Now, my first thought was like, how old is Terrell Owens?
Yeah.
My second thought was like, screw it, man. Just sign him. You got to sell some tickets.
At this point.
Yeah. You have Nathan Peterman throwing touchdowns to Terrell Owens. I'm ready. I'll watch a Bills game.
I would love to watch a Bills game if T.O. comes back. Are you kidding?
All they need to get is Ocho Cinco and Donovan McNabb to come out of retirement as well. And they've got a dream team.
Could you imagine Terrell Owens getting signed before Dez Bryant?
Oh, man. That would be the best.
That would be amazing.
And Brandon Marshall been released from Seattle.
Yep. Which I didn't even think he was in the league anymore.
Yeah,
the wide receiver.
Oh, the wide receiver one. Okay.
Wide receiver, yeah.
See, because sometimes this happens where it's like Brandon Marshall did X, and it's like, oh no, it's the corner one.
Yeah, that's like there used to be an Adrian Peterson on the Bears. I'd be like, wait, who's Adrian? Oh yeah, that's the bad one.
Yeah, it's like Paris, Texas.
Yeah.
It's like huge news today coming out of Paris.
The other thing, Terrell Pryor going to Buffalo.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little salty about that, but I also don't care. But also, I'm like, hey, Buffalo, maybe just start Terrell Pryor as QB because at this point, like, come on.
They might as well, to be honest.
Maybe that's why he went. You never know.
Yeah. Who knows?
I mean, when they're talking about signing T.O.
Yeah. Terrell Pryor to Terrell Owens. It gets better.
Oh, man, that'd be amazing.
TP to T.O.
Yeah.
God damn.
Also, looking at some of these stats, like sack leaders, D Ford on Kansas City's second with 8 sacks. Like, I don't even know who D Ford is. Like, some of these people, I'm like, I've never heard of him.
That's pretty crazy.
I think the biggest trade out of all of that is going to be Golden Tate to the Eagles. I think that because Golden Tate can put up some monster numbers.
Golden Tate's legit.
Even especially when he was
Detroit, like torch our Packers secondary in the last few years.
Well, I remember him torching people in Seattle as well.
Yeah.
No,
he's a good player for sure.
Yeah, him going to the Eagles is going to be that's in my opinion, I think it's a good pickup for him.
Here's the thing. I was reading an article on ESPN.com that brings up a good point about this, that it actually is a really interesting trade because I think they might be abusing the compensatory draft pick system because they traded for Golden Tate and they gave up a third for it, right?
Yep. Yeah.
But he's an 8-game rental and they're backed up against the cap. They've got like $7 million in cap space. They're probably not making moves in free agency. So if they're not making moves in free agency, and that means they're probably not re-signing Golden Tate, they traded a 3rd-round pick to get probably a 4th-round compensatory or maybe a 3rd-round compensatory. So really, they just got an 8-game rental for Golden Tate, which seems like a pretty good deal for them, all things considered.
Yeah.
And then Golden Tate is also probably on the free agent market next year too.
Yeah, he'll go to the Jets.
Maybe. Could be.
Le'Veon Bell. Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to the Jets. All right. Well, let's move on to pick some games.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. The Pick'ems. Right. Everyone's favorite segment. So updating from last week, Coach. Through all the pick'ems, we've got Alpaca Patrol Rob coming on in with 80% last week. Coach Crendor sitting at 76.7%, and then Rob and myself sitting at a paltry 73.3%. So far, everyone is still above average, or above 50 or 500, with Bear Taffy leading it because he did actually give the picks somehow, some way. I don't know how he did this, but he gave the picks to Hippo Nora. And he's leading at 68% with Rob in second, 63, Sinvicta with basically 60, and then Coach Crendor with basically 57.
Yeah.
Take it away, Coach.
I went 12-3 last week, baby.
Yeah.
I was just looking at our thing. The Packers are actually set up really well for next season after the trade. They have 2 first-rounders, a second, a third, 2 fourth-rounders, and $45 million in cap room.
Oh, boy.
So that makes me pretty happy. Maybe if we don't do it this year and Aaron Rodgers isn't, killed, we'll be win next year. Who knows?
Why are you always convinced that Aaron Rodgers is going to get killed on the field?
Because he's broke his collarbone like twice, and then
he broke his shit this year too.
But he's still playing. Yeah. He's proven himself that he is not going to be killed by any injury. He's fine.
You never know.
Fine.
I guess
you're looking at him from a coach's point of view, Coach. He's going to be fine.
All right, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, rub some dirt on it.
All right, Raiders 49ers.
Oh,
flip the coin. Honestly, where's the coin? All right, here we go. Heads is 49ers, tails is Raiders.
All right.
We're going Raiders.
All right. Yep, that's my pick, Coach.
Wow,
Going with the Raiders then.
I'm taking Niners, boys. It's Niners home game, and Mike Shanahan is actually, or Kyle Shanahan is actually trying, and I think John Gruden might be literally tanking on purpose. So I'm taking the Niners.
Well, my coin says otherwise.
Yeah, our coin says otherwise, Rob. Going Raiders there, Coach, for this humdinger of a dinger.
Bears at Bills.
I mean, you know,
dude.
Yeah.
All right. You may call me crazy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I will. Yeah.
Here we go.
Nathan Peterman is gonna have a breakout game. We're going Bills at home.
Oh boy.
He's coach has lost it. He's completely lost it.
I'm obviously going Bears, by the way.
I will officially be going Bears, and Coach needs his whiskey. He's lost
Nathan
it today.
Peterman, let's go.
He heard old man.
He heard old man. No, he didn't. But it's got to happen at some point, right? There's got to be like Nathan Peterman's breakout game.
All right,
maybe.
so
right.
We'll
Could happen.
Could happen.
Just putting the L right there for Coach.
All right. Buccaneers, Panthers. I'm going to go for a win this time and take the Panthers.
Yeah. Seems fair.
I will also be surprisingly, maybe unsurprisingly, going for the NFC rivalry heads to Carolina, and they're just going to destroy the Buccaneers. Although I will say this, I have a little bit more Bucks with Fitzpatrick than I do with Winston. So if there was any scenario where the Bucks could beat the Panthers, it would be this coming week if it were at Tampa, but it's not.
Okay.
And it's going to be the Panthers.
Yeah, I think Panthers home game. I'm taking the Panthers. But hey, no, you never know. It could be a shootout with gunslinger Ryan Fitzmagic. So
that's true.
I'm taking the Bucks. I can't take the Panthers.
Yeah, you gotta take it.
All
Come on, you gotta take your
there
own
it
team.
is.
Come on.
Even though I hate them, I'll take them.
Chiefs at Browns.
Yeah.
Browns,
here we
anybody?
go.
Anyone want the Browns?
Yeah,
This is my lock of the week, Coach.
All right.
If Rob and Bear are allowed to take the Patriots last week, I'm allowed to take the Chiefs this week.
Watch the Browns win at home against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I know.
That would be great.
But yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs too.
Lock of the week.
I don't know. That might end up being my lock. We'll see.
We'll see. Jets at Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm gonna pick, but
yeah.
I actually think this game could be closer than it seems because I think the Jets are better than their record slightly, and the Dolphins also don't have their starting quarterback, but we don't have any starters, so I don't know. It could be a toss-up game, but I'm picking the Jets, obviously.
You know what? I'll go Jets too. Screw it.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
I hate to be that guy, Coach and Rob, but I'm gonna go against the table here and say it's gonna be the Dolphins all the way.
That seems pretty fair, to be honest with you.
It's another toss-up game, really.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Here's a closer toss-up game: Steelers at Ravens.
Oof.
Yeah, that's hard to.
They always play
pick,
each other
man.
hard too.
When you always think that a game is going to end 6-3, but then doesn't. Honestly, I gotta go Steelers here. I think Steelers are just a better. Even though Roethlisberger's nursing that non-throwing hand injury, I still think out of the two, I think that the Steelers have a better offense. The Ravens might have a better defense.
They do,
but I think that it's Antonio Brown is just unstoppable. You cannot cover him. He's
Normally
so good.
I'd say that, but like it's a division rival playing in Baltimore, so I think the Ravens will know how to contain him more than the other teams would. So I'm gonna go Ravens. Plus, they've got Ty Montgomery now. They're just gonna be rolling.
that should make you pick the Steelers, Coach.
It should, but
he definitely can't hang on to the ball, Coach.
I'm gonna go Ravens. I think they're gonna win.
I think the Ravens just came out of a loss. They get their home game, and it's against the big division rival. I think I'm taking the Ravens too, but I think that could be a close game.
It's going to be close.
I'm going Pittsburgh, Coach.
Yeah, it seems fair.
And we got Lions at Vikings.
This is a trap game written all over it. I'm gonna let Rob, you can handle this one.
I'm taking the Vikings because I think the Vikings are overall a better team, and primarily I'm gonna say that Kirk Cousins is going to decimate that 19th ranked defense. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Vikings here, and I think it might not be. I think the score might be similar to the Lions' last game, straight up.
I don't think so.
No?
I've seen the Lions have this weird way of playing divisional games like really close.
Yeah.
Even when they're bad. And it's like part of me just sees the Lions being the Vikings. And the Vikings have a way of just losing
That's
like,
true.
dumb games as well. So I'm going to go Lions. I think the Lions are going to rebound and beat the Vikings, even though the Vikings just lost. But I think I think the Lions can pull it off.
I'm also going Lions here, Coach. I don't
really.
If the Vikings had a chance to prove something against the Saints, which are not. It's not a terrible team, but I think that defense could have done a lot better than they did against Breeze and the Saints. So, I think that this is a little bit more of an easier pick, slightly, than the Ravens and Steelers game. But I'm going to go Lions on this one.
All right.
Falcons Redskins.
This is another weird one.
Got to be the Skins.
I don't know.
I think
I'm taking Washington.
The Skins.
Washington at home against Matty Ice.
I'm gonna go Falcons. I think they just had a bye week. They'd be a little more rested up. I think they can score enough points to win in Washington.
That's true. They basically have the exact opposite team. Like
they do.
Like the Redskins are 25th ranked offense versus 7th ranked defense, 30th ranked versus 4th ranked, 3rd ranked passing versus 26th ranked, and 30th rushing versus 8th.
Yeah,
ranked.
if you look at the bar graph, it just looks like you hit the invert key.
Yeah, for real. They're so weird.
Yeah, I think that the Redskins are going to take it at home.
I'm taking the Redskins.
They're a better
I'll
team.
go Falcons.
All right, Coach. I mean, this is coming from the coach who picked the Bills over the Bears, so we got to be careful.
Just wait. You just wait.
I'm waiting.
Texans at Broncos.
Texans.
I can't believe you answered that fast. It's going to be Broncos.
I think it's going to be Texans.
There's some close games this week. You know what? I'm gonna go Broncos because they're in Denver. Otherwise, I would have went Texans.
Here's why I'm taking the Texans. I think Deshaun Watson has finally gotten into that groove where they got the rhythm of the offense now, and I don't think. I mean, the Denver Broncos. Remember, they were touted before the season, hey, they still got a very good defense. They're 22nd ranked defense right now. So I think Deshaun Watson is gonna destroy them probably.
That may be, but the Texans defense isn't incredible.
9th ranked defense.
Oh, they're 9th. Yeah, that's to be sure. But I think that the Broncos, the Texans just do not convince me. They will. The Texans would have to win the division to convince me that they're real this season.
Yeah,
and I only say that as someone who lives in Houston. Because I see what they do, and it's like I'm just not convinced. It's going to be. I think this is an easy Broncos win.
I think. Well, you might be right, but I think the Texans are easily going to win that division this year. They're 5-3.
Start coming back.
They're 5-3. Titans are 3-4. Jags are 3-5. Colts are 3-5.
I don't know what the sound that Coach made there.
I don't know. Jaguars don't win it though, so
I think we can all agree it definitely will not be Jacksonville.
Yeah, seems like it.
But yeah, I'm gonna take the Broncos just because they're at home.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Taking the Broncos.
Chargers at Seahawks. I'm gonna go Chargers because I think they're still good.
They're very good.
I don't buy into the Seahawks hype.
Nope, it's gonna be all Chargers.
I'm taking Seahawks at home. I'm doing it.
Man,
it's happening.
All right,
just back and forth here.
All right,
it really
back and forth.
Yeah.
Another one, Rams at Saints. Oh my God, this is gonna be like 800 points scored.
Why is that not the 8 o'clock? Oh, because of the Packers and Patriots.
Yeah.
They should have moved one of these games to Monday or something.
Yeah, they should move one of them to Monday night.
Yeah, Rams Saints is going to be awesome.
It's going to be the Rams. As much as like I wanted to say it's because I hate the Saints, I can see them winning this game, but I also don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Saints.
Really?
Wow.
I just watched the Rams, and you know what? I don't think they're like number one.
I think he's talking from a Packer fan point of view here. Rob.
I don't know. I mean, like, they're a very good team, but like, I think the Saints are on par with them. I think the Saints can beat them at home.
You do know it's the first like rushing offense versus like one of the worst defenses in the league, right, Coach?
Yeah, but they're gonna have an offensive battle.
And they got Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Rob. Forgot.
I'm telling you.
How can I forget that they had
I'm
the
telling you.
underrated?
Look, his
Brees?
nickname is Breezy's for a reason. Is all I'm saying.
You guys are both nutty.
Hey, I'll tell you the truth. I think I'm taking the Rams. I like the Saints, and I think that legitimately this is like a 51-49 type of like split for me. But how can you bet against an 8-0 team, right? So I'm gonna take the Rams. But
really,
really, when you think about it, if we would have just replaced a player on the field, it'd probably be 7-1 right now. So I mean, not even that impressive, really.
Yeah.
Gurley is going to carve up the Saints defense. It's
Probably, yeah.
He's gonna just blast right through anything that they put at him.
Yeah, you're probably right, but.
Yeah, but like at the same time,
I wouldn't be surprised because the way that Tom Brady beat the Chiefs and the way that Aaron Rodgers almost beat the Rams is exactly the same thing that I think Drew Brees can do to the Rams right now. So I think it could happen,
I feel like the Packers showed a weakness in the Rams by blitzing them so much and getting to Goff, and he they almost had 0 points at halftime.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like they're unstoppable.
But the Saints pass rush is so inferior to the Packers pass rush, though.
Yeah, probably.
I just looked at the stats. New Orleans has the number 1 rushing defense in the NFL.
Oh,
they have the number
allowing
1
only
rushing defense.
Yeah, allowing only 74 rushing yards a game.
Wow,
which is better than the Redskins, Bears, Eagles, and Vikings.
Yeah, they are the number 1. Shit, maybe I should take the Saints.
Well, that's going to change on Sunday, Coach.
All right. Well,
because I see Todd Gurley just going ham on him.
Well, it is. They also have the 23rd ranked passing defense.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that's why they're gonna blitz. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
That's the thing, man, about the Rams. That's why they're so good. It's just like, oh, Jared Goff having a bad day. Well, we still got Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley having a bad day. Well, we still got Jared Goff. Oh, they're both having a bad day. Well, we got Sue and Donald and fucking everybody on defense.
Yeah.
Wade Phillips coaching it.
And Darnold as well.
Darnold.
Darnold.
So yeah, I'm going Saints. That's what I'm doing.
Fair enough.
You guys are going Rams.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Packers Patriots. I gotta go Packers because
Yeah.
Coach, I hate to go against you again.
Right.
Sorry, Coach. I'm a team player. You know this. But
all right.
But New England in Foxborough, it's just gonna it's gonna be a good game. The Packers will put up a fight, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's what we do. We put up a fight. Yeah.
I got officially going New England Patriots here. I'm sorry, Coach. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots at home too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll be laughing when we get our win.
This is just in from Bear Taffy unconsciously telling me via ESP he's also taking the Patriots, Coach.
Yeah, I figured that much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it'll be a good game either way.
I think it'll be a good game.
And then we have this game.
Titans at Cowboys. Ooh,
man.
Unstoppable force meets a movable object.
Who's going to give way first? Who's going to yield first?
I am going to take the...
Right? Yeah, flip that coin, dude. Flip it.
Yeah.
Get the quarter out.
Yeah, I've got a container of Icebreaker Cool Mints here. Not sponsored, by the way. Logo up is Cowboys.
All right.
Barcode up is Titans here. I'm just gonna go ahead and just flip this real quick. There we go. All right, Titans. There we go.
I'm gonna go Cowboys because they got Amari Cooper now, and I think they'll probably be happy and get him the ball and they'll win or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Well, hold on. Let me look at stats. Give me a second.
Hang on, Rob's. This has never happened before, but hang on, Rob's got a stat for us.
Let me look through my lock of the week as you do that.
Yeah. All right. Tennessee is middle of the pack against the run, but it's against Ezekiel Elliott, so they're just gonna. Yeah, Cowboys at home. I'll take the Cowboys. I don't know. Yeah, Cowboys. Sure.
I mean, I want to take the Cowboys, but the Icebreakers has already spoken, so I got.
That's a fair point. Yeah,
I got to stick to the 50-50.
Yeah, I got to look at my lock too. This is rough.
Yeah, I thought you locked the Chiefs.
You know what? I'm locking the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm doing it.
All right. I would do that, but I think that's an easy lock. I'm gonna. God.
Actually, no. Fuck that. I'm taking the Bears. Bears is my lock.
I'm like, what? We talk about easy locks. It was like there's an easier one.
Yeah. Wait, easier than that?
That's not true. That's really weird because the Bills are gonna win. So it's
a dumb lock to pick. All right.
Go ahead and just put a double L right there for Coach.
You know what? I'm gonna lock in the Chargers. I think the Chargers got this against Seattle.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
I think that's an easy lock. Well, not easy lock, but that's a good lock.
Yeah, respect.
All right.
Good luck, Coach. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and going on to fantasy here, Coach Krendor, really fast. NG Gamers Wolfpack mauling the Cleveland Browns, 163 points. There you go, NG Wolf Gamer. Be happy that I left almost 61 points, 62 points on the bench. And shout out to my pickup of CJ Uzuma. This is quality pick. Rob, good job. You took down the Nolan Nation 124-30. The big time players there for Rob, unsurprisingly, is not Drew Brees, but it was actually Antonio Brown. So AB
and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, McCaffrey as well. And then Coach Krendor, what happened to I thought you were going to take down Great Talon's Gray Tees.
I thought that too, but Justin Tucker, 3 points ever since he missed that extra point has been ass. Jimmy Graham had a touchdown taken away, so he only got me 3 points. And Juju Smith-Schuster, 7 points. Thanks, Juju. You couldn't have a better game against the 33 points he scored against the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, it's fine.
Now, Coach Krendor, how do you feel about being the losing coach to someone who started Jameis Winston, Coach?
They started Jameis Winston, but they also started Todd Gurley and James Conner combined for 70 points. So
that is pretty crazy.
That'll do that. Mahomes got me 32, and Boyd got me 28, but it was all the other players that kind of just screwed me over a bit.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll rebound.
Yeah, so the rankings right now as at the end of week 8 going into week 9 here. First up is the Cleveland Browns sitting at 3-5 in 8th spot. Rob and Coach both tied, with a tie going to Krendor slightly because of the points scored, both sitting at 5th and 6th place respectively.
It's gonna be a battle.
Good job, guys.
4-4, baby.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting week for you two.
Winner takes 5th place, maybe 4th.
Look out. Humdinger of a divisional battle.
Maybe even 3rd, actually, if the 3rd place team loses.
Yeah.
This is big game.
Big game. Me and you, buddy. You're going down, mister.
You will be the one who goes down. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, I got Pat Mahomes and Kareem Hunt against the Cleveland Browns, so I'm feeling pretty good there.
Who surprisingly was not your lock of the week, Coach.
Yeah, no, wait. Who's your locks, Invicta?
Chiefs over Browns.
Oh, wait. What was Rob's lock?
Rob locked in the
the Bears.
Bears over the Bills.
Okay, that's what it was. All right. All right.
This just in, Bear Taffy locking the Patriots over the Packers. Oh man, what a pick, Bear. Good luck with your
terrible lock, because the Packers are going to win. Packers, Bills.
I think it's easy to say though this is going to be probably the best set of games that we've seen thus far.
Oh yeah,
in the NFL.
Some good games, honestly.
There's going to be a couple good games here.
Almost every single game. Almost every single game.
The Raiders 49ers will be a terrible good fight.
Yeah. It's going to see who can put up the least amount of points in 4 quarters. That's really that's
Monday night is going to suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday Thursday and Monday, not humdingers, not barn burners. But even the Bucks game at Carolina is going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. They're going to lose so badly. But
NFL,
I mean, hey, go Bucks.
Yeah. NFL, if you listen to this podcast,
which they
put
don't.
the Chiefs on primetime every week because I want to watch them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please
Just flex them in.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might as well at this point. It's entertaining every week. I'm going to
It's
be at
super
BlizzCon.
entertaining.
So I'm going to be the night before flying home. I'm going to be watching that Packer-Patriots game, dude.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be good.
But
Actually,
the big question is, are we still gonna have a podcast next week, Coach?
Yeah, I'll be back. I come back Monday, so I'll be back Tuesday.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's no
Sounds
big
good.
deal.
Let us know how Diablo 4 is.
I will not, because it's not coming.
I don't know why people are even talking about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why anyone would believe that was going to happen.
That didn't even come.
I don't-
It came out of nowhere. Like everyone's like, "Oh, D4." That's like, okay, they say that they say Diablo 4 and Warcraft 4 every year. Every
This
year.
is a football podcast, not video gaming. All right, we're done.
Rob,
Thanks
how
for
do you
listening.
feel about
Thanks
Diablo and
for
Activision?
Thanks for listening. We're done. Have a good week. Go Bills. Beat the Bears, please.
Go Browns. Go
Bye.
Go Browns.
Bye.
dun, 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 dun.